producer, a director, a radio announcer, an author. Have I left anything out? Actor, comedian, plumber, dentist. He's a dentist. Please give it up for Jeffrey Gurian.
Thank you, Sharon. The dentist thing is just a rumor. It started when I graduated from dental school.
Dentistry is his day job, but at night he's a comedy writer for some of the biggest comedians in show business.
My nurse had strict instructions, never interrupt me while I'm working unless it's for show business. Dr. Lewis is calling, Dr. Rivers is on the phone, Dr. Burrell is on the phone. The only one nobody believed was Dr. Dangerfield.
He's known for paying $50 a joke.
Jeff Gurian is a modern-day Renaissance man, an artist in two fields.
To me, it felt like I would be like a plate spinner on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Well, I'm working on my knife-throwing act in case the Ed Sullivan Show ever comes back.
I didn't want to be a novelty.
Oh, hello.
Even when I did Too Much Tuna, they introduced me as Dr. Jeff Gurian, DDS, and I said, could you please not do that?
You ticked off?
No, not at all.
Are you just heated at us for giving you this much tuna?
The tuna's perfect.
You're on a prank show called Too Much Tuna, Jeff. Whether you like it or not.
No, I'm not.
I think Jay Leno once said, the worst thing in comedy is to make $20,000 a year doing something else. I remember being 12 years old and deciding what I wanted to do in my life. I knew I wanted to be a doctor, but I was a very sensitive kid, so I decided that I wanted to be a dentist. You don't have to worry about your patients dying. I was already writing comedy.
I finally did some research into you. I've always known who you are, but never really known what, your whole story. I didn't know the whole dentist thing. I didn't know, I did some research in you. I'm like, this guy's lived a life. You're like the most interesting man in the world.
I loved being a dentist so much, and I loved comedy. I could never just stop one to do the other. By the time I wanted to start performing, I had written for a lot of famous people, and I felt that there was a lot of pressure on me to be funny right away. And it kept me off the stage for a really long time. Jeff Gurian, a prominent Westchester dentist who's also a successful comedy writer, will be the subject of a TV pilot. Writing this script was easy, he says. It was like pulling teeth.
Dr. Jeffrey Gurian, the comedian, dentist / writer, driller. We'll be right back.
It used to bother me. I remember laying in bed as a kid thinking, well, I want to be a dentist and I like show business, but you can't combine them. I was in dental school. I was only focused on that and on meeting Woody Allen. That was my dream. He was in a show called Play It Again, Sam at the time. The night of the show, I left a note on the back of my dental school card. Woody, I'm here, and I'll be coming backstage during intermission. So intermission came, and the stage manager was there, and I said, yeah, Woody's expecting me. He's in Tony Roberts' dressing room with the entire cast. Woody's sitting on a couch, and I look in, and I go like this to him. And he goes, and I'm like, yes, you. And he's actually holding my card, and he says to me, you must be Jeff.
Jeffrey knows everybody in comedy, in the comedy business.
Most people that aren't in comedy yet, they're willing to.
That's right. He's got like a file. He tracks people down before they're even comedians. If you don't know Jeffrey, then you're probably not a comedian. You're not really a comedian.
I've been in the comedy world for a long time.
This week, our guest is our dear friend, Dr. Jeffrey Gurian, DDS. Jeffrey Gurian, you've led such a fascinating life. Do tell us about it.
Jeffrey is the bridge from the Catskills to YouTube comedy. You know what I mean? If you try to connect any of these people, somewhere in that link is going to be Jeffrey Gurian.
You're the best, Jeffrey. Thank you so much, buddy.
Silverman.
He's one of those guys who's been a part of every comedy scene for like the past 60 years. So that's, to me, there's only a single link in the world of comedy, and it turns out to be Jeffrey.
If you don't know who Jeffrey Gurian is, if you've seen someone where you're like, that's Jeffrey Gurian.